he touched me, and I got goosebumps all over my skin, and I didn't know him. I didn't know anything about his achievements in his life, and he didn't know anything about my achievements. He didn't know my music. In fact, I think Christopher had said, "Don't you know who that is, Dad?" And he said, "No." He had never heard of anything I had done, my music, and I hadn't heard of Mount Everest or anything that he had done. And we just, two people that met that had a connection, and it was very special.
Love at first
I knew
sight.
that I would see him again. We exchanged telephone numbers then, and he passed through New York, and he was on his way to California, and we saw each other again, and sparks, the rest is history. We married within the next couple of months. We married because we both had no more time to waste. We wanted to get on with our lives, and we married right away.
But then you had a great wedding in Switzerland.
The fairy tale wedding in Lausanne in Switzerland, yes. I had had a marriage before, and he had been married before, and you know, we were, I think I was, you know, just ready to begin my life with him, and it was very special.
As you said, it was a fairy tale marriage.
Yes, it was a romance. It's
How will you characterize?
It was a love affair.
The whole marriage was a love affair?
Yes, it was. It was a love affair.
Okay, how was it coming to Norway? He was a Norwegian, as we said.
How was it?
Yeah, coming to Norway.
It was good because, as I said, you know, first of all, I love his family very much. First of all, I love his mother. I loved his mother very much. She taught me a lot. She was very wise and taught me a lot. And I love Sture Arne, Uncle Arne. He also taught me a lot and still teaches me a lot. So the family unit, I'm very much a mother. So I'm a family person. So I just kind of pull everyone in together. And the kids were very good together. They started doing something like the Brady Bunch. They called themselves the Rossness Bunch, the Rossness Bunch. And so it was just good together. And coming to Norway was good. Yeah.
What was your first reaction when you heard about the accident in South Africa?
I'm very intuitive, and I have, like, I don't know if it's a sixth or seventh sense, but at this time I had a feeling there was a very strange, almost negative energy around me, and I was trying to explain this to my daughter, and I said, Rhonda, it's a good thing that I believe in prayer, because something's happening and I don't know what it is. And I think if I pray, maybe it'll go away. Because something's going on, there's an energy that I'm not understanding what's happening. And I'm not happy. And I took to my bed. My other daughter called me and she said, Mom, do something good for yourself today. And I said, I don't know what to do. And I said, maybe I'll wash my hair. And then, maybe an hour or so later, the phone rang, and it was Christopher. And I said, no, don't tell me. It's as if I knew. And the first thing I did was call my daughter Rhonda to come to be with me before I went to get my sons home from school, because I didn't want to tell them by myself. So it was very difficult. There's no way to tell your sons these things. We got right on an airplane and came straight to London to be with the older kids, Katinka, Christopher, and Leona. Because as a parent, they're my children too. And I needed to be with them to put all the children together. And I needed to be strong for them. And I am strong. But the only closure that's going to be for me, I guess, is time. That's the only closure at all, I think, there can be, is time.
How will you remember him?
As I said, is through my children. And I think of him a lot because there's words that he says, things like, well, 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 or the sound of how he walks. He makes noise when he walks. And I think of little things that Arne did. I think of these things all the time anyway, you know. So there's many things, many little things that are personal and private to me. And, you know, as I see my sons, they do things that will always remind me. So.
Ms. Ross, thank you very much for granting us this interview.
Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you for coming tonight.
Junior sitt yngste Astrup imot venner og familie. Arne Næss senior kom til fots den siste kneika opp til Holmenkollen kapell for å ta et farvel med nevøen. I den private seremonien var Næss sine 7 barn i sentrum. Deres helsing var låten Tears in Heaven av Eric Clapton. Og Næss sin ekskone Diana Ross sang et vers av Amazing Grace. De 5 eldste barna bar kista. Lenger bak kom Diana Ross, som fikk et støttende hand av prest Per Anders Nordengen.
Jeg prøvde å legge vekt på at dette måtte bli en verdig avskjed med et stort menneske for de aller nærmeste.
Naturen som Arne Næss var så glad i, hadde tatt på seg finstasen i dag, for å ta et aller siste farvel sammen med hans næreste venner og familie. Så skulle de samles for første gang. Hans første kone Filippa Kumlin Dorey og dattera Leona Næss, som sto sin far så veldig nære. Hans onkel, filosofen Arne Næss senior, og hans andre kone Diana Ross, med barna Ross Arne og Evan Olav. Og samboeren hans til det siste, Camilla Astrup, med den eldste av de 2 barna, Niklas Amadeus, på armen. Og det skulle bli en gripende time i Holmenkollen kapell. Trompetisten Ole Edvard Antonsen spilte sitt eget stykke, Landscapes, nettopp med tanke på Arne Næss sitt nære familiens venn, presten Per Anders Nordengen, som på engelsk skulle forsøke å finne orda som gir trøst i fortvilelsen. De eldste barna tok den tunge børa og bære sin egen far sitt kiste de siste metrene, sammen med Arne Næss sin nærmeste klatrevenn fra New Zealand. Alle var sterkt preget av sorga og savnet. Samboer Camilla Astrup la en forsiktig hand på kista som et aller siste kjærtegn. Men det var først da bilen med kista forsvant sakte bort.